Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. On today's tutorial I'll show you how to make these lace cuffs. To make these lace cuffs I'll be using this gorgeous lace trimming which looks like that. Also I'll be using elastic which is really stretchy. First I will create a pattern for my cuffs. So I'm placing my hand on this lace and overlapping at the lace edge over my hand like that, and I'm approximately measuring how much I will need to cut, plus I will add 2 centimeters for the seam allowance, so my cuffs will be quite loose plus 2 centimeters seam allowance. So I have cut first button and I'll repeat the same process for the other button. So I'm placing this lace on other lace and I'm cutting second button out. So 2 pattern pieces are cut out. Next I'll cut this elastic for my wrists. So I'm wrapping this elastic around my wrist like that. This elastic is very stretchy, as you can see, and I will add 2 centimeters for the seam allowance there. I'll cut same size second elastic. So both elastic pieces are cut out now and it should look like that. As you can see, it's approximately 2 centimeters for the seam allowance. And I will sew these elastic pieces just above this lace there. So they will be sewn right there. Next I will measure the length for these cuffs. So the cuff length will be 14 centimeters. Next I will cut excess tulle off. I will measure 14 centimeters from the lace edge, and also I'm making sure both lace edges are aligned in a line, and I will cut excess tulle off. I'm just checking if the length is 14 centimeters on all edges, and they are. Next I'm opening up these pattern pieces. So this is the right side where the lace is sticking out, and this is the right side as well. So I'm placing, so the right side is facing down on both pattern pieces like that, and I will place and sew this elastic above this lace there on both the cuffs. Next I will change settings on my sewing machine to zigzag stitch, stitch length to 3, and stitch tension between 4 and 3. Sewing machine is all set up. I have made my first cuff already and it looks like that. And now I'll repeat the same process and I'll show you how to make these lace cuffs. So this is the wrong side of the cuff, and I'm placing this elastic on the top of the wrong side just above this lace there. Also I'm using matching thread and both thread ends are very long. I'm placing the sewing machine foot down, piercing needle through the elastic and tulle layer, and I'll be pulling this elastic when I sew. And I will finish sewing this elastic edge to tulle edge there. And this is how it looks. So the elastic is sewed on, so this is the right side. It looks like that, nice and stretchy. Next I will secure these threads so this zigzag stitch doesn't come undone. And I'm repeating same on other edge. Elastic is sewed on and prepared. Next, I'll change setting to the straight stitch. Next, I'll sew this cuff edges together. I'm folding this cuff in half so the wrong side is inside and the right side is on outside. I'm folding both edges neatly together and I'll sew approximately 1 centimeter seam allowance, sewing back and forward stitch on that tall edge and over these 2 elastic edges, back and forward stitch to secure the elastic. And this is how it looks. Next, I'm cutting off excess seam allowance off, quite close to the seam, but not too close, like that. Next, I'm turning this cuff to the wrong side. So this is the wrong side of the cuff, folding this seam into half and I'll sew another seam there. And I'm sewing another seam, approximately 1 centimeter seam allowance. Sewing back and forward stitch over elastic so it is secure. And this lace cuff is finished and this seam looks like that. And the elastic nice and stretchy on both sides, turning this cuff to the right side. So this is the right side of the cuff, trying my cuff on, and it looks like that. They are super easy to make and they are very, very flattering. So this is the first cuff. You can adjust the length on the cuff by pulling up or down, and now I'll try my second cuff. And it looks like that. You can wear it over your jumper or jumper cuff over the cuff. Super easy to make and they look amazing. If you have any questions how I made these lace cuffs, please comment down below in the comment box. I will add all materials which I used to make these lace cuffs in the description box. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I hope it was useful. I'll see you next time. Love, Anita.